We will read a little bit because we read on Friday. So let me see. Prabhupada then asked Janki's sister to present her formally to Mukunda as his wife. Mukunda then repeated after Swamiji the quote, I accept Janki as my wife and I shall take charge of her throughout both of our lives. We shall live together peacefully in Krishna consciousness and there will never be any separation, unquote. And then Prabhupada turned to Janki, quote, will you accept Sriman Mukunda Das Brahmachari as your life companion? Will you serve him always and help him to execute his Krishna consciousness activities? Unquote. And then Janki replied, quote, yes, I accept Mukunda as my husband throughout my life, and there shall never be any separation between us, either in happiness or distress, and I shall serve him always, and we shall live together peacefully in Krishna consciousness, unquote. So this is where we left on Friday, so we continue. No one knew anything of what was going on except Swamiji. He led the chanty, he gave the lines for the bride and groom to exchange. He told them where to sit and what to do. He in fact had told them to get married. He had also cooked the elaborate feast that was waiting in the kitchen for the completion of the ceremony. Prabhupada asked Mukunda and Janki to exchange their flower garments and after that to exchange sitting places. He then asked Mukunda to rub some vermilion down the pot in Janki's hair and then to cover her head with her sari. Next came the fire sacrifice and finally the feast. You know how much detail Prabhupada went, it's so interesting. The special feature of the wedding was the big feast. It turned out to be quite a social success. The guests ate enthusiastically, asked for more, and raved about the sensational taste. Prabhupada followers, who were accustomed to the simple daily fare of rice, dal, sabjis and chapatis, found the feast intoxicating and ate as much as they could get. Many of Mukunda's friends were macrobiotic followers, and at first they fastidiously avoided all the sweets. But gradually the enthusiasm of the others wore down their resistance and they become captivated by Swami's expert cooking. Like yesterday, Ashish Prabhu, when I was taking my Sunday feast, and I normally don't take any sweet. So Prabhu just begged me that Prabhu just taste a little bit that sweet. And I found it to be very, very nice. So I got for second, Ashish Prabhu, just to let you know that I really relish that sweet you offer. Thank you. Quote, God, he is a good cook, unquote, said Janki. Bruce, who had missed the first initiation, was seeing the Vedic fire sacrificing and tasting the Swami's kachoris for the first time. He resolved on the spot to dedicate himself to Krishna consciousness and become one of Swamiji's disciples as soon as possible. Almost all the visitors personally approached Swamiji to thank him and congratulate him. He was happy and said it was all Krishna's blessings, Krishna's grace. What a wonderful sentence, right? If somebody says something, we always take it, oh, yes, I did it. But here we learn from Prabhupada, he gave the credit to Krishna and the spiritual master. Wonderful point to remember. After the ceremony, Mukunda and his wife entertained many of the devotees and guests in their apartment. The evening had put everyone in high spirits, and Hayagriva was reciting poetry. Then someone turned on the television to catch the scheduled interview with Allen Ginsberg, the poet. And much to everyone's happiness, Allen began playing harmonium and chanting Hare Krishna. He even said there was a Swami on the Lower East Side who was teaching this mantra yoga. Krishna consciousness was new and unheard of. Yet, now the devotees were seeing a famous celebrity perform kirtan on television. The whole evening seemed auspicious. Back at his apartment, Prabhupada, along with the few helpers, cleaned up after the ceremony. He was satisfied. He was introducing some of the major elements of his Krishna consciousness mission. He had initiated disciples, he had married them, and he had feasted the public with Krishna prasadam. Quote, if I had the means, unquote, he told his followers, quote, I could hold a major festival like this every single day. Haribol. So now we will be embarking on chapter number 9, Stay High Forever. But while this was going on, an old man, 1 year past his allotted 70, wandered into New York East Village and set about to prove to the world that he knew where God could be found. In only 3 months, the man, Swami A.C. Bhaktivedanta, succeeded in convincing the world's toughest audience, bohemians, acid heads, potheads, and hippies, that he knew the way to God. Turn up, sing out, and fall in. This new brand of the holy man, with all due deference to Dr. Leary, has come forth with a brand of consciousness expansion that's sweeter than acid, chapter than pot, and non-bustible by fuss. How is all this possible? Through Krishna, the Swami says. From the East Village, other October 1966. So Prabhupada's health was good that summer and fall, or so it seemed. He worked long and hard, and except for 4 hours of rest at night, Haribo, only 4 hours. He was always active. He would speak intensively on and on, never tiring, and his voice was strong. His smiles were strong and charming. His singing voice loud and melodious. During kirtan, he would thump Bengali mridanga rhythms on his bongo drum, sometimes for an hour. He ate hurriedly of rice, dal, chapatis, and vegetables with ghee. His face was dull and his belly protuberant. Sometime in a light mood, he would drum with 2 fingers on his belly and say that the resonance affirmed his good health. You know, when I went to India, I just know the family that they do with the cow with the grass only. And I got that ghee when I bring it when I came to about 2 kilos. And then I called again my relative to send more on by the airplane. Then sometime I think my son and my Shambhalabi, they found some from the store, Whole Food store or somewhere, I don't know where, or Sprout store. The butter made from the grass-fed cows. So she bring for the tasting, and I was amazed. The ghee has really, really like you can feel the small bowls, very nice. So now I don't have to spend the money to get the ghee on the through the airmail. We can buy it and make it home. Wonderful ghee. I always take ghee now, at least minimum 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoon a day, and it's very nice for the health. So
So Prabhuji, do you prepare from a grass-fed butter at home?
yes, yes, Amali, what they do is like you get the butter and then you keep on boiling,
Yes.
and you will see that some of the residue will stay at the bottom. You just take the top part, but it's better. Like what I eat in India, and I got it. It's better quality than that. I don't know, but it's
Oh,
very
okay.
nice.
Okay.
And
And Pra-
this one of the devotee who did his PhD into this Ayurveda. He
Mhm.
highly recommend. And then I think one of the doctors also, medical doctor also, Western doctors, they also say that we need to have some oil or ghee in our body in a regular way. So from the beginning, I was fond of ghee, but then I become vegan and I stopped for some time. But I was always thinking the ghee is very good. And then
Yes.
it was confirmed by Guru Prasad Maharaj. He is also vegan, but he take the ghee. He says,
Hmm.
ghee is the best. So now I'm really fond of eating the ghee. I always take. So yeah, you
So
can
Prabhuji,
try.
what is the butter name?
I will ask my wife and I'll send you. I will post it on this group so
Yes.
everybody
Yes.
get that benefit. But it's a
Is it is it is it better than I know we had conversation when you came to our home. Is it better than that Nanak ghee?
yes, it's a lot better, Prabhu. You know that it tastes and it has like a grains. You
Hmm.
can feel the small bowls. Very nice.
Okay.
Very
Sure,
nice. I
Prabhuji.
liked it very much. I'll post it after I
Sure,
find.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. His golden color had the radiance of youth and well being preserved by 70 years of healthy, non destructive habits. Haribol. When he smiled, virility and vitality came on so strong as to embarrass a faded, dissolute New Yorker. In many ways, he was not at all like an old man. Prabhupada's glorious life. And his new followers completely accepted his active youthfulness as a part of the wonder of Swamiji, just as they had come to accept the wonder of the chanting and wonder of Krishna. There is I always sometime, I don't know how Krishna does this thing. When I opened yesterday, day before, I was trying to listen different tunes of the flute. So I want to cry like when we chant. So suddenly, the one of the article some scientists posted that when you reach 70, then you will be able to find out how many more years you have left. I said, this is interesting. I'm 76, so let me see what they say. So it was very interesting. I shared yesterday, I was with Dr. Banerjee and his wife, and Rajiv and his wife, and we were talking for long. And I said, and then Chirag Prabhu and Yamini Ben also there. So I said, these are steps that we should see it, how physically fit you are. So first thing they said that you see that how fast you can walk for at least 10-15 minutes. How fast can you walk? And we can realize when the time will come, we won't be able to even walk. So they are very right. The second thing they said that see that how strong you can hold on to somebody, like when you shake hand. And yesterday Rajiv Prabhu and we were doing it, his wife knows Rajiv Prabhu that he really strongly hold this thing. So he was crushing my hand and I was crushing him. And they were amazed at how strong grip I have also at this age. So that's a second sign that how strong can you hold on. Third thing they say that you should stand on one foot, first on the left hand, and then for at least for minimum 10 seconds without falling down. And then you should stand on the right hand, right foot for 10 seconds. If you can stand for more, then it's better. Then you know that you are healthy. The other thing was, uh, yeah, how well are you sleeping? Because so many people, they may sleep for longer time, but that deep sleep is not there. Practically, I think everybody. Deep sleep maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour maximum we can get into the deep sleep mode. But that was also that how many times you get up during the night, how deep sleep you get, that is another sign that how long you are going to live. And the last thing was they were saying that any activity you perform, how attentive you are to do these activities. You should take full interest. So this is another sign. When you become really old, next to the death, all these activities you will see minimized. You won't be able to walk fast. You won't be able to stand on one foot. You won't be able to sleep good. You won't be, what was the other thing? Uh, with full concentration, you will be able to perform your activity. So these are very nice signs to know. And it says that if you want to remain healthy, just practice it. One Mataji was sitting on the front and she said, I cannot stand on one leg. I will fall down. I said, you hold the wall and just try to practice. And time will come when you do the practice that you will be able to leave your hand from the wall and just try for 2 seconds even. And slowly it will increase. But that was something really interesting. Very well. In many ways, he was not at all like an old man. And his new followers completely accepted his active youthfulness as a part of the wonder of Swamiji, just as they had come to accept the wonder of the chanting and wonder of Krishna. Swamiji wasn't an ordinary man. He was spiritual. He could do anything. None of his followers dare advise him to slow down, nor did it ever really occur to them that he needed such protection. They were busy just trying to keep up with him. So during the 2 months at the 26th Avenue, he had achieved what had formerly been only a dream. He now had a temple, a duly registered society, full freedom to preach, and a band of initiated disciples. When a god brother has written asking him how he would manage a temple in New York, Prabhupada has said that he would need men from India, but that he might find an American or two who could help. That had been last winter. Now, Krishna has put him in a different situation. He had received no help from his godbrothers, no big donation from Indian business magnates, and no assistance from the Indian government. but he was finding success in a different way. These were happy days, he said. He had struggled alone for a year, but then, quote, Krishna sent me man and money, unquote. So I was telling Namanand Prabhu and Prem Vinodini Mataji, because their daughter is gonna get married, so they have to spend so much time and energy. But I was telling them that no matter what happens, we should never, when we promise Krishna that I will be coming in front of you, we have to adjust everything else to be present in front of Krishna every day, every morning, particularly the morning time. And I was telling that when you perform the austerity, when that adverse situation comes in your life, and still you remain steadfast, that's the time Krishna become attracted to you. He will see that this person is really seeking my association. So when the days are good, when you are healthy and you maintain your sadhana nicely, that won't attract, it will still be pleasing to Krishna, but not attract his heart. When difficult time comes and you still maintain, that's what Krishna get attracted. I was telling them that, wake up at 3:30, whatever time you can, and don't miss out. So let's see. Yes, these were happy days for Prabhupada, but his happiness was not like the happiness of an old man's sunset years as he fades into the dim comfort of retirement. His was the happiness of youth, a time of blossoming, a new power, a time when future hope expands without limit. He was 71-year-old, but in ambition, he was a courageous youth. He was like a young giant just beginning to grow. He was happy because his preaching was taking hold, just as Lord Chaitanya had been happy when he had traveled along to South India, spreading the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Prabhupada's happiness was that of a selfless servant of Krishna, to whom Krishna was sending candidates for devotional life. He was happy to place the seed of devotion within their hearts and to train them in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, hearing about Krishna and working to spread Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada continued to accelerate after the first initiation and the first marriage. He was eager for the next step. He was pleased by what he had, but he wanted to do more. It was the greed of a Vaishnava, not a greed to have sense gratification, but to take more and more for Krishna. He would, quote, go in like a needle and come out like a plow, unquote. This is to say, from a small, seemingly insignificant beginning, he would expand his movement to tremendous proportion. At least that was his desire. He was not content with his newfound success and security at 26 2nd Avenue, but was yearning to increase ISKCON as far as possible. And this had always been his vision, and he had written into the ISKCON charter, quote, to achieve real unity and peace in the world within the members and humanity at the large. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the foremost. So Swamiji gathered his group together. He knew that once they tried it, they would love it. But it would only happen if he personally went with them. Washington Square Park was only half a mile away, maybe a little more. Ravindra Swarup Prabhu is sharing his experience. He never made a secret of what he was doing. He used to say, quote, I want everybody to know what we are doing, unquote. Then one day came, he said, quote, we are going to chant in Washington Square Park, unquote. Everybody was scared. You just don't go into a park and chant. It seems like a weird thing to do. But he assured us, saying, quote, you won't be afraid when you start chanting. Krishna will help you, unquote. And so we trekked down to Washington Square Park, but we were very upset about it. Up until that time, we weren't exposing our shop. I was upset about it, and I know that several other people were to be making a public figure of your shop. So with Prabhupada leading, they set out on that fair Sunday morning, walking the city blocks from 2nd Avenue to Washington Square in heart of Greenwich Village. And the way he looked, just by walking, he created a sensation. None of the boys had shaved head or robes, but because of Swamiji, with his saffron robes, his white pointed shoes, and his shaved head held high, people were astonished. It wasn't like when he would go out alone. That brought nothing more than occasional second glance. But today, with a group of young men hurrying to keep up with him as he headed through the city street, you have to walk fast, practice it, if you want to remain little younger, Haribo. Obviously, about to do something, he caused a stir. Top guys and kids called out names, and others laughed and made sounds. A year ago in Butler, the Agarwals had been sure that Prabhupada had not come to America for followers. Quote, he didn't want to make any waves, unquote. Sally had thought, but now he was making waves, walking through the New York City streets, headed for the first public chanting in America, followed by his first disciples. So in the park, there were hundreds of people milling about, stylish, decadent Greenwich villagers, visitors from the other boroughs, tourists from other states and other land, an amalgam of faces, nationalities, ages, and interests. As usual, someone was playing his guitar by the fountain. Boys and girls were sitting together and kissing. Some were throwing frisbees. Some were playing drums or flute or other instruments. And some were walking the dogs, talking, watching everything, wandering around. It was a typical day in the village. Prabhupada went to patch of lawn where despite a small sign that read, keep up the grass. Many people were lounging. He sat down and one by one his followers sat beside him. He took out his brass handkerchiefs and sang the Mahamantra, and his disciple responded. Awkwardly at first, then stronger. It wasn't as bad as they had thought it would be. Haribol. So Jagannath is relishing his observation as follows. It was a marvelous thing, a marvelous experience that Swamiji brought upon me because it opened me up a great deal and I overcome a certain shyness. The first time to chant out in the middle of everything. A curious crowd gathered to watch, though no one joined in. Within a few minutes, two policemen moved in through the crowd. Quote, who is in charge here? An officer asked roughly. The boys looked toward Prabhupada. Quote, don't you see the sign? Unquote. An officer asked. Swamiji furrowed his brow and turned his eyes toward the sign. He got up and walked to the uncomfortably warm pavement and sat down again. And his followers struggled after to sit around him. Prabhupada continued the chanting for half an hour, and the crowd stood listening. A guru in America had never gone onto the street before and sung the names of God. After Kirtan, he asked for a copy of Srimad Bhagavatam and had Hayagriva read aloud from the preface. With clear articulations, Hayagriva read, quote, disparity in the human society is due to the basic principle of the godless civilization. There is God, the Almighty One, from whom everything emanates, by whom everything is maintained, and in whom everything is merged to rest. Unquote. The crowd was still. Afterward, the Swami and his followers walked back to the storefront, feeling elated and victorious. They have broken the American silence. It's 6:54. Hari Bol. We should stop and be functional. Arvind Prabhu, are you there? Arvind Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm right here, Prabhuji.
Okay, I was chastising you earlier.
Yeah. I was hearing, Prabhuji.
You were hearing?
Yeah. I heard some of it, Prabhuji, but I have a bad throat, but I was hearing. Yeah.
So what you should have done?
I'm sorry, I was just having a very, very bad throat, Prabhuji. I'm sorry.
No, but what you should have done? You know, right, that you are not gonna make it,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now you told me you are gonna come.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
You should have a courtesy because I plan my day, Prabhu, minute by
Prabhuji.
minute. Okay? So you should have at least the courtesy, Arvind Prabhu. We are living in the world is like a personal relationship.
Yeah. Of course, Prabhuji. I was like completely day. I was sleeping, Prabhuji. Yesterday, I was high dosage of medicine and all.
Arvind Prabhu,
Sorry.
going to the sleep and medicine is the other thing. You were conscious that you are going to go to sleep. Before that, you cannot text me that Prabhuji, I'm not feeling good. I'm not be able to come. Why I'm telling you? Because this is required, Prabhu. We should be punctual. We should be responsible what we say. And when we are unable to, at least inform the other party so they don't wait for you. You know, my nature is I always somebody say, Prabhuji, can you give me time? I'm gonna visit you. I wait for them. I give the time. And I was preparing everything in my mind, how I selected one pot of the tulsi, has 3 plants in it, growing beautifully. And I said, when Prabhuji come, it would be nice, we will repot them in the 3 pots so you can have 3 tulsi plants. So we have to learn, Arvind Prabhu, this thing, that at least we should communicate. You cannot convince me that you were sleepy. Before you become sleepy, you should have sent me the text message. Next time, it's not allowed like this. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to repot them in 3 different pots using your soil and I'm going to keep it for a week just to make sure that it grows nicely. And then you can pick it up at your convenient time. Is it all right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem. I just want to, I'm not, don't feel that I'm upset or anything, Prabhu. I love everyone,
No, Prabhuji.
but
I will never. I
it's
mean,
etiquette that we should learn something, you know. If somebody says something or we said something to somebody, we should follow up. That's personal relations, how we build. So this is very, very important that, you know, if my Guru Maharaj is here, he will take you for a ride. And he will make sure he will keep on chastising you until you become really solid in your mind. I can't do this in my life second time. But it was, I was just looking at you and I was thinking, what happened to Arvind Prabhu? Even I was gonna text you that, are you okay or what? But then I got busy with something else. I have a couple of guests. You know, yeah, the other thing I will share with you. When I posted that my car, I washed it and polished it. I don't know, Manoj Prabhu is still there over there. I hope that Manoj will not mind to share that. So Manoj Prabhu, as I said, that you should involve our children in our activities, spend something time together. It's so relishing. Children like it when the parents spend the time with them. So suddenly I saw that Manoj Prabhu came with the two daughters. So I was so happy to see them. And then Manoj Prabhu said, please come Prabhuji outside. And then he said, Prabhu, it's cool, just wear sweater or something. So I put a jacket and I went there and Prabhuji showed me how beautifully these two young daughters helped him to clean his car. It looks so beautiful. Then I told Manoj Prabhu that please appreciate your two girls, give them some gift, and then I can't resist. So I bring them in my house, I give them a gift, and then I remember that Manoj Prabhu's wife Jyotika Mataji is so wonderful. She is like the person that if she will take something, she will execute it. Otherwise, she will say, I can't do it, which is very nice quality actually. You know, we don't have to say yes, yes, yes. I think that some Matajis are here that they need to hear that they always ask, Prabhuji, I can't say no. I say, no, you need to learn to say no. If you cannot do it, just say that, Prabhuji, sorry, but I won't be able to do it. That's perfectly fine. So anyway, so Jyotika Mataji, I said I should give her something gift also. So I give that, what you call Manoj Prabhu?
It was a purple orchid, I think.
Orchid, yes, purple orchid, yes. So actually, Manoj Prabhu was driving, backing off from my house, and then I suddenly felt that I gifted the two girls, but how about Jyotika Mataji? So I opened my sunroom and I called upon Manoj Prabhu, stop, stop, stop. And I just picked up that nice one purple orchid and I give. This is how we should, we should treat with some love and affections. And it should show by our practical dealings, not just saying something good and no action. Our thought turn into action. How serious we are to serve somebody, to make somebody. And Manoj Prabhu wrote me that she really enjoyed it. So this is how we should deal with devotees, we should do something, make them happy, make them that we care about them, Then you will see that, the life becomes so nice. Everything, then the happiness spread, right, Manoj Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
It's so nice. You have a wonderful girls, Prabhuji, your whole family. As I always say to so many devotees, all of you are the hidden diamond. It just has the black cover on it. I will have to rub it and this diamond will shine one day,
Thank
These
you.
are great devotees actually,
Thank you, Prabhu.
Very nice, very nice. Anybody has any question, comment, correct? You know, I got that, you must have seen it, that I got the nice Herman Miller uh, lawn chair and ottoman. So I feel so comfortable because my daughters, my son-in-law, my son, they said, you spend 10 hours in that room, you don't sit on the regular chair, we are gonna get you. And I get rid of the bed and now I feel so good. This chair is very comfortable. So I can sit and chant more. Anybody has any question, comment, correction, or chastisement? Arvind Prabhu, you don't want to chastise me?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay. Priyanka, are you taking care of the Priyanka Mataji nicely?
Of course, Prabhuji, she has to take care of me. Bye.
Okay. I'm gonna check with her one day when you are not there.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah, sure, Prabhuji.
Very well. Okay. I think no question, no comment. Hi, Ram Prabhu, are you there, Ram Prabhu?
I'm there, Prabhu.
You didn't say anything today, Prabhu.
No, I was just going to say that whatever you told Arvind Prabhu, he's just an instrument. It applies to everyone.
Ah,
Whatever you told him, it's not just for Arvind Prabhu. He may feel singled out, but it applies to everyone.
wonderful. Yes. You know, like there is a saying that the mother-in-law, when she wants to say something to the daughter-in-law, she always talk to her daughter. But the message was for the daughter-in-law, right? So sometime when we say this, it's applied to everybody. Yeah, very nice. I think, you know, they should not change the time. I think they should live one way. You know, there is no need to keep on changing. What is this? You know, in the summer and winter, they keep on changing. It doesn't help, you know. What's wrong with it? Just live once at the time and just keep it. I think there is a people are discussing about it now. That why we are keep on changing the timing. It doesn't serve that much good purpose. Okay. So I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of these wonderful Vaishnavas. And they are so kind to me to take all the austerities and join on time to give their kind association. I'm totally in debt to them for that kindness. And Krishna may give me that association for a prolonged time. With those thoughts in my mind and heart, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of the feet of all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhu bhaivacha patitanam